Hey guys, welcome back to Positioned Well. In today's video, I'm going to provide you with tips on how to enforce a no shoe rule in your home. And then we're going to decorate my mudroom and restock our alternative shoe options for our guests. So let's get started. So if you have not watched my video on why we do not wear shoes in our home, you might want to start there first, and I'll link it somewhere above so that you can view that and then come on back to this video. Today we're going to talk about 5 tips though that will help you navigate this whole no shoe rule. Trust me, it is not as complicated as people make it out to be. The first thing you want to do is consider your budget. And I know you may be asking, why do I need to have a budget for a no shoe rule? Well, if you're going to have your guests come to your house and you want them to feel welcome, you also want to make sure that you have replacement items for them when they remove their shoes. I think it goes without saying that you should not be wearing shoes in your home if you expect your guests not to wear them, right? So let's just go ahead and bypass that. But there are some alternative options that you could offer for your guests, and I like to think of it as allowing your guests to go shopping. So number 2, you want to organize and position these items by your entrance and or your mudroom. Wherever your guests are going to enter your home is where you want these to be placed and organized. And now there's some great options for housing these. You can use baskets. There are ottomans you can put them inside of. And there's even wood furniture that I've seen, and it's a furniture stand, but it will actually open up with compartments where you can store your replacement options. The idea is that once your guests enter, it can be a brief conversation, and then you can allow them to shop, and then you all can get on with your visit. All right guys, so now that you have determined your budget and you've purchased the items and you position those items by your entrance, the third thing that you want to do is ensure that your floors are clean. If you are requiring your guests to come into your home and remove their protective barrier and expose their feet, even if you're giving them items to replace their shoes with, the least you can do is make sure your floors are clean. Number 4 might be a little bit controversial. Typically, I don't watch other content creators' videos, and that's just because once I have an idea, I don't want to taint my thought process and how I want to present that to you. I want to be authentic in that way. However, we all have to do market research. It's just a part of the business. So I watched a couple, and I did see a lot of content creators suggesting that you either purchase a sign or create a sign and put the sign outside your house by your doorbell to let your guests know that you are a shoe-free home. I'm going to advise you not to do that. I advise you not to get a sign because I want you to think about your guests. As content creators, we are told to always think about our target audience, which is you. But think about your guests for a moment. If I walk up to someone's house and I am approaching the doorbell and I automatically see this sign, I'm probably going to start having some anxiety that's building up because I might not be prepared to walk on your bare floors, but I want to see you. You are introducing a rule before your guest gets the full picture. They don't know that on the opposite side of this door, you have options for them. So what we tend to do is put more emphasis on the rule and less emphasis on how we communicate it. And that's where I think you could go wrong with this whole process. We've already budgeted and we've purchased our items. We've positioned them by the entrance. We've made sure our floors are clean. We are not putting up a sign. And now your guests have arrived. So what are you going to do? You're gonna open the door and welcome them. You're gonna greet them, and then you're gonna simply say, we have a shoe-free home, but I have options for you. Feel free to shop and enjoy yourself. And listen, I have had some guests that are like, ooh, I like these. Ooh, I like these. Well, can I have two? That's up to you if you give more than one. It's also up to you if you have more than one option. I see online articles where the writers will ask, is it rude to ask guests to take their shoes off? What I don't see is those same writers asking, is it rude for your guests to enter a clean home with their dirty shoes? Throughout the day, we are stepping in mud, urine, sometimes feces, dirt. Who knows what is on the floor? I know as a female, if I go into a public restroom, the way that I flush the toilet is with the bottom of my shoe. That's right, I take the sole of the shoe and I flush. There's so many things that you can track into your home by the soles of your shoes. And that's just not something that I want in my house because I'm the only person that's cleaning it. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna get into the good stuff. I choose to use baskets for my guests, and that is because these options are primarily in my mudroom, and we have some built-in spaces specifically for baskets, and they fit perfectly. But one of the things that I do is I offer socks. Now, these are Dickies. So the pros with these Dickies socks are that they are extremely thick, and obviously they're brand new. But that means that they're also going to be comfortable to them. They're not going to be so thin that the hard floor would disturb their traction. And the con would be if you have a family member or a guest who is diabetic, they may not like this option because they are too thick. The second option that I have for my guests are footies. And these come in a variety of colors. I'll be restocking both of these options later on in the video. But what I love about the footies, the pros, of course, is that they're the opposite of the Dickies. They're thin. They are an anklet style, but they're also still good quality. And then you still have this help here by the foot grips here that will ensure that no one is falling in these thin footies, because the last thing that you need is an insurance claim. I will tell you all that the majority of my guests go for these and they want to take some home. Last, I have this box, and I'll have it linked online, but you can get it from Amazon. And while it does have instructions on it, the great thing about this is your guests won't see this until they're within the space to look for their options, right? So we don't have this outside the house. These are foot covers, and I will start with the con first. I don't like them. I'm going to be trashing these as a matter of fact because I've already purchased an alternative. If you all see these online and they're not the plastic material, run. I use these with a lot of the deliverers the past 2 years, and it never failed that once they put these on their shoe and covered their shoes, whatever was on the bottom of their sole, it just seeped right on through this fabric, and I would literally on my floor see all of these dirty footprints. So these are not a good option if your goal is to keep the dirt out of your house, and that's what the goal is for me. I do have a better option that I just purchased, and I'm going to show you all that next. Here is the thing that I purchased recently, and I love it. This is a shoe cover machine, and it is great quality. As you can see, it's big so that men and women can both fit their feet within it, but it comes with plastic shoe covers instead of the other fabric that I showed you. And this is simple. They just place their foot in there, and then the shoe cover will automatically go around their shoe, and they step out, they're good to go. So I love this, and I'm going to be putting it at my front door because I noticed someone recently, they know that we don't wear shoes, and they just kind of stood in the door by the porch so they wouldn't mess up the floor. And I'm like, you can come in, and they're like, no, it's okay. And even though my mudroom is very close to my front door, I was like, you know what, I need something right here so someone can feel comfortable as well, so learn from my mistakes. But that goes along with kind of watching your guests' reactions so you know how to support them in the future. And this machine that I just showed you all, which is really heavy, came with 200 plastic shoe covers. So I'm going to be putting some of the covers in this going forward. Hey guys, if you are enjoying this content and it is adding value, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell to let YouTube know we're here and we're not going anywhere. So let's decorate the mudroom and restock our alternative options, and then you all can see all of this in action and what my guests get to do once they come to my home. So welcome to my mudroom, and this is where we also take our shoes off, and as you can see, they pile up. So I purchased this shoe organizer, and I thought it would not only be functional but be petite enough that it wouldn't be a distraction. I believe it came with 5, 7, and 9 compartments, and I chose the one with 5. Now, the instructions are not in English, and I am definitely a person who does not read. I just dive in. But midway through, when I tried to read the instructions, I realized that I wouldn't be able to understand them anyway. But as you can see, it all worked out. And here I am vacuuming the space just to make sure the floor is clean. And then I am putting some of the shoes inside the compartments, and the others will go upstairs in their natural home. Now I'm going to clean off this bench with a Clorox wipe and add our welcome sign so that my guests know that we are happy to see them and welcome them into our space. And of course, a cushion never hurts because you want your guests to be comfortable while they're picking out their options. This pillow came from Walmart, and you've already saw my little box there. And these are some footies that I am using to restock. I chose black this time around. And then you're going to also see me open up these Dickie socks, and I have to tell you all, get them from Walmart because Amazon only had 6 pair, and I didn't realize that, but I believe you can get 12 or more from Walmart. Either way, I do like the new black and gray, and as you can see, the baskets fit perfectly in the compartments. These are some slides that we use when we take out the trash, and I always use that for us and not for our guests. I thought these were very clever. They're just lights, and they work so well. All you do is take off the sticker and then place them in the compartment and turn them on. I also think that they're motion censored. However, I don't read instructions, so I don't really know. Here's the end result. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I thank you for watching this video. And by the way, today it's my birthday, but y'all know I had to stamp it. I love it. Thanks for watching.